Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Lone Star Chick Plans, and today we're going to be going over the closeout for paycheck number 1 for the month of September. I have been feeling sick since last week, so forgive me if my voice sounds funny. I'm still trying to get through this cold or whatever it is that I have. So I did record some videos, but I just wasn't able to get them out because I did not feel like sitting there editing. And so I'm finally gonna put the videos out. I did have my paycheck closed out and my budget set up, but I just couldn't sit down and bring myself to film because I just didn't feel it. So we're gonna do these videos a little bit late. And so we'll just get into the paycheck number 1 closeout, and then we'll do paycheck number 2 as well. So let's get into where we left off. So we left off on a rollover of $187.27, but for my budget, in case you haven't watched any of my videos before, I'm not an all cash budgeter. I do use my credit cards. I just live in a rural area. I'm not always available to go in and out of the bank all of the time. So for me to use cash and have to be going back to the bank to deposit and take out and do all that stuff, I just don't have the time or the, I wouldn't say resources, but I'm not close to one. So for me to have to go to the bank is already such a chore. So I just prefer not to do that. And so that's why I use my credit cards to use for my spending. And then I get a little bit of rewards to offset that. So there is a little bit of a benefit to using the cards, but you also have to be disciplined enough to be able to pay them back. So normally, like for this paycheck, I will show you guys once we get down to the details below, but I do use my Capital One Saver Rewards card, which I also have linked in my description. If you're interested, you can read about it. I also use my American Express Blue Cash Preferred card also. So my American Express I use for subscriptions, groceries, and gas only. My Capital One card are pretty much used for everything else. So pretty much all of my everyday spending and a couple of bills. But everything else is pretty much on my American Express card. So my Capital One is basically kind of like my checking account. I use that for everything, but I normally pay it in full. I break down my transactions and I make sure that I have everything reconciled to my budget. And then I go ahead and pay my card back in full to settle out all my expenses. So if I don't do this every week, I'm doing it at least after every paycheck ends. I'm settling up and I'm paying my card back in full. So everything is paid up to date. I don't have any lingering balances. When my credit card statement comes out, I honestly don't even pay attention to that. I don't really care because I'm constantly paying my card back. So I may or may not have a balance every month when my credit card statement posts, but I don't really care about that because it's showing that I'm also making payments on it. So it hasn't really hurt me in any way. I don't see my credit score suffering or anything like that. It just also helps me keep up with making sure that I pay it back on time. So I don't really pay attention to the credit card statement cutoff date. I'm more paying attention to the dates of the spending. So like the transaction dates. So that's how I kind of keep up. But anyways, that's about the spreadsheet. That's a little bit about my budget style. It has worked for me. This is how I've been doing it from the beginning. I tried cash stuffing a couple of times and I just couldn't do it because of the banking situation. So I just did not do it that way anymore. And I went back to saving for my sinking funds in cash. But as far as my everyday spending, I don't have a cash wallet. I just use my cards and pay them back. So that's how we do that. And I also feel like it is helping me keep better track of my spending. If I were to use cash, I probably wouldn't be as inclined to keep track of my spending because I would have pulled that money out and assigned it to spend in my mind. So I would have been more prone to spend everything versus saving anything. So I also feel like seeing it this way and actually keeping account of every single thing has also helped me budget better. So just keep that in mind when you're wondering what budgeting style is better for you. It's really up to you how you want to do it. For me, this is just how I've chose to do it because this is just how my brain works better. And I feel like it's better for me. And I want the visibility of seeing what I'm spending my money on. And stuff like that. So anyways, back to the budget. So rollover from our last paycheck was $187.27. Income for this paycheck, total income was $24,1691, and that was paycheck of $20,5893. My son contributed $266. My daughter, did she contribute? My daughter did not contribute her $40. I need to actually reach out to her. So my daughter is military, you guys. If you're not familiar, I have two kids, my son and my daughter. My daughter is military. She's in the Navy, and so right now she's been deployed, so I haven't been able to get in touch with her to get her money from her. So my husband transferred some money to pay for her bill, so I'm not really worried about it. I'd rather her be focused on doing her job than me collecting money from her. She's obviously doing more important things than what I'm doing, so I don't even really bug her about it. Every now and then I'll catch up with her and we'll settle up, but she's busy and she also does not have access to the phone or internet. So right now she is incognito. So I'm not going to bug her about it, but my husband did transfer money for her phone just in case. So we've got that deposit there. Interest of 4 cents. So I got a refund from PayPal for an AMC old subscription that I had because apparently there was some kind of class action lawsuit and they owed me $8 and I think it was 93 cents or something. So I got a deposit of that from PayPal. I thought it was a joke, but it was legit and I did get money from it. So that was that. So this was $20 from a shirt sale. So I made a shirt for somebody and they paid me $20. Well, actually, my husband arranged the sale and gave me the $20. So that's how I got the $20. And then we got 1 cent of interest as well actually, this was a cent. So we had a Discover savings account for our house savings account. And we decided to go with Wealthfront because Wealthfront does give us more interest. So that's why we decided to go with Wealthfront, and so we closed our Discover account and moved all our money. Well, apparently I had a penny left, and so they sent me a check for a penny, and I cashed it. So that was a penny. I did deposit $23 left over from my auto sinking fund. I had $100 that I was going to deposit, but I used a couple of dollars at a craft fair that we went to go check out, and then I also gave my mom the $53 for the sinking funds for the AAA that we had to renew this month. So I ended up only having $23 left to deposit. So that's what I deposited. So we'll get into savings. So our house savings, we saved $125 off the top. We always save $125 no matter what, every paycheck. So $125 every paycheck automatically. It's automatically set up. It automatically transfers. I don't even touch it. So it's always saving $125 off the top. So I always have it plugged in. I do like the good thing about this budget sheet is also it's kind of rinse and repeat. So if you're a paycheck to paycheck budgeter like me, I'm I get paid twice a month. I'm semi-monthly paid. So I get 2 paychecks a month. Pretty much I'm paying the same bills on the same paychecks. So I'm able to just kind of copy and paste this budget every month, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel and recreate my budget every month. I just copy and paste and update as I go. So that is the good thing about this, is I already kind of have it pre-planned out, you could say, because I normally budget kind of like the same amounts and try to stick to those numbers. But every now and then, like you have your light bill, water bill, whatever, that might be a little bit variable. For those numbers, I just kind of use a plug until I have the real number. But every month, basically, I'm just updating those numbers. But pretty much I'm paying the same bills on the same paycheck. So I'm normally not having to worry about that. So our house savings is $125. Our sinking funds for AAA was $53. For bills, the electric bill is fixed at $213 because I'm on budget billing. YouTube is $14.93. Peacock is $212. AT&T, our cell phone is $301.12, and hopefully that will be going down soon because I got 2 phones that I'm fixing to pay off, so that our bill will be a little bit less. Spotify at $18.14. Car wash for $30. Our Frontier internet is $19.99, and our water bill was $66.04, and Paramount Plus is $6.48. So that was for bills. That was $671.82 total. And pretty much paycheck number 1 is super bill heavy, so we pay all the bills pretty much on this check and a lot of our debt payments. And then second check is usually freed up to have to pay all towards debt. Low number 1 was $190. Our Discover, I usually put this in here as a plug if I can contribute anything to it, but I've been just rolling it over and paying it all on paycheck number 2. So I didn't budget anything. Our pays at number 6, which is a medical bill that I'm still paying on, was $53.94. My Samsung card for my watch is $10. We had 2 pay in 3 monthly installment payment plans for 2 items on Amazon, $33 and $43.33, and those were paid. My Victoria's Secret card, I went and got some like body sprays and stuff, and that was $35.24. And I used my Victoria's Secret card, and then I just paid it back. So pretty much just paid it right back. Home Depot, I paid $30. We're starting to redo the back of our yard and our porch, and so we're starting to have a little bit of a bill there. So I just paid $30 to pay for it. So that was $30. For variables, I budgeted $400, and we only spent $361.04 for groceries. For eating out, I budgeted $75. We spent a little bit more than that, and that was $144.53. So we were $69.53 over budget. For gas, $75 was budgeted. We spent $98.71. For pets was $0. For beauty, I budgeted $65, but I actually gave her an extra $10 tip, so that made it $75. For spending, it was $100. I budgeted $100, and we spent $181.01. And then auto, that was for some stuff I bought for my husband's truck, and that was $38.93. So I just added that budget line item, but that wasn't on my initial budget when I set it up. Overall, on variables, we were over $145.29. We did do some extra spending, which we'll talk about below. For beauty, I just went ahead and gave her an extra $10 tip, which I never do, so I'm good with that. For gas, I basically filled up an extra time and put it on this paycheck. I could have left it towards the next paycheck, because actually, technically, I probably should have, because all that gas sat for several days, and I put gas like my last day of going to work, and I didn't go to work to the office till like another week, but I put gas for that. So actually, I probably should have waited and put it on my paycheck number 2, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pay it and get it out of the way on paycheck number 1. But that's kind of what happened there. So I'm expecting paycheck number 2 to be a little bit less and have a little bit more of a rollover because of this. So I'm not having to put gas, right away. So eating out, I kind of balanced this out with groceries. So overall, we were over $30.57, which I'm not too upset about. I'm not fretting too much over that. As long as we're kind of within budget on both of those, I figure we're doing okay. We do have a lot of groceries right now. We have a lot of food. What I was missing was a lot of sides, and it just came around that time where we needed a lot of like household products. We were just low on everything, and so we've been having to like stock up on stuff again. So that's kind of hit us kind of hard this month. You'll see on paycheck number 2. So that's kind of where we're at on that kind of stuff. But we are $145 over budget, but I'm kind of not upset about it. I'm okay with it, and I understand why. And it is what it is. And we still have So at the end of this paycheck, with all of that, we're still going to have a rollover of $459.63. So I'm still okay with that. It would have been $604 had we not been over budget, but we're ending with $459.63. So definitely good with that. So for spending, so this is all of pretty much our bills and gas, and then some groceries here. So we had Peacock for $212, Murphy for gas $33.25, YouTube $14.93, Paramount Plus $6.48, Kroger for $80.37. Put more gas for $15.21. Bought some more groceries for $234.86 at Kroger. I put gas at Murphy for $28, and I put gas again at Murphy for $22.25. So then we had our AT&T cell phone bill for $301.12. I did make a final payment to Shine for my I bought some clothes on Shine and some stuff on Shine, and that was $50.28. That's part of the amount of spending, so I did attribute that to spending, the spending category. So that is kind of a little bit more of why probably spending was a little bit more over. For my Samsung card, that was $10 that was paid. For Victoria's Secret, that was $35.24. For Home Depot, I paid $30. For my house savings, I paid $125. My loan number one was in $190, and AAA was $53. So that was for my American Express Blue Cash Preferred. We did pay our credit card back $437.47. And then the blue is all of my American Express spending, and then the white is bank spending, so what came out of the checking account. And then what is my Capital One Saver Rewards card, that is everything in yellow. So that's kind of how I know how much to pay my card back. This is kind of how I reconcile. I'll list all the transactions out. I try to do them in date order, and then I'll color them the appropriate color, and then I'll total it up, and then I'll match it to my credit card statement, and then I know that I have everything accounted for, and then I pay that amount back. And the end of the result of that should be that my credit card is back to zero and we're starting over. So that's kind of how that works right there. So for our light bill, we paid $213. For payset number 6, that was $53.94. For I did buy something on DHgate. I bought a Coach bag on DHgate for $27.70. It's just a purse. I'm not loving it, but I do like it. But it's not one of my favorites. But for $27, you know, what do you expect? So I may just end up giving it away. I'm not sure, but I thought I would like it. I thought the strap would be a little bit longer, but it's okay. I've been wearing it this week. I do like it, but I don't love it. So that's the difference. So we did take my mom out for her birthday, and I think we covered this before in our budget setup video. We went out to dinner for Cheddar's for $44.46. We did go out to play bingo, and that was $37.50. My car wash subscription came out for $30. We paid our water bill for $66.04. These were the final 2 payments for the Amazon Pay in 3 monthly installments, and that was $33 and $43.33. This was some stuff that I bought for my husband's truck, and that was $38.93 total, and it was a phone stand, actually not for his truck, but it was a phone stand, a car charger, and then a cup mount for his cup holder to hold his phone. So that's what he wanted, that's what he requested, and that's what we got. So the next thing was Lashed Out. That was to get my lashes refilled, and I give her a $10 tip. I spent $16 on Temu, and that's going to go towards my giveaway. I'm building like a giveaway bundle thing. So I've been slowly adding stuff to it because I want to, you know, do something really nice. So I've got a lot of stuff that I'm putting together, and that was $16.09. So that also came out of our spending category. So that's also why it was a little bit more. Spotify came out for $18.14. I did get some a breakfast sandwich at McDonald's, that was $2.17. Did get some Cliff Bars on Amazon for $19.91 and $16.30. I bought a mouse, which also came out of the spending category. I got an ergonomic mouse, like a vertical mouse. It's not like a flat mouse, like a horizontal mouse, like a regular mouse. It's like one that stands up. Because I've been having terrible carpal tunnel in my hands, which I'm going to the doctor next week for it. But I've just been having terrible pains in my hands. And I know it's carpal tunnel, but I need to get seen for it and, you know, figure out what to do about it. Because it's just getting where my hands up to my elbows and even up to my shoulder. I'm in pain like all the time. So I thought getting this mouse may help because I am an accountant, so I do sit at the computer a lot. I do type a lot, stuff like that. I do a lot of clicking and using of the mouse and stuff like that. So that's also made it kind of hard with the pain, made it kind of hard to want to sit here and film because my hands are just always hurting or my arms hurt. So it's just uncomfortable. So I'm finally going to the doctor to get seen about it. I did have to wait like 2 months for this appointment. So I'm excited to finally be going and maybe get some resolution to it, but we'll see how it goes. So I did go to McDonald's twice and get 2 breakfast sandwiches, and that was $2.17 each. I'm not sure what this was. It was $2.50. I'm thinking maybe something from the vending machine or something. I'm not sure. $6.41. I did buy a savings challenge on Etsy from another YouTube channel, and that was $6.41. I did get a Venmo. I did send a Venmo for 2 shirts, one for me and one for my mom. They're for, I believe, for the month of October for breast cancer or something like that. So that was $24. Glitter and Fringe. We went to a little pop-up craft fair at the local mall, you know, a little bit of ways from where I live. And so we went and checked it out. And we ended up getting some like air fresheners for the car, and that was $21.65. We did get some coffees at Starbucks on the way back, and that was $20.95. I did get, I think it was like a 4-pack or a 5-pack of toothpaste on Amazon for $12.91. I did get some breakfast at McDonald's a couple days the next week, and that was $1.08, $5.62 and $5.62. I did pay my internet bill for $19.99, and then I did buy a book that another YouTuber recommended to read. What's her name? Jasmine at Budget Treasures. And I do really like her channel, and she recommended Draw the Circle book. It's kind of like a prayer, 40 days of prayer or whatever. So I'm reading that right now. It's that was $11.59 on Amazon. I did get some lunch at work, and that was $14.33. I did get breakfast at McDonald's, and that was $5.29. We did eat out one day for $23.79 at Chicken Express, and then I did get some coffee on Amazon, Nescafe for $12.99. I did get a refill, and then Whataburger. My husband was hungry one day. I wasn't really hungry. We went to go look at, we went to go look at something, and so I didn't end up cooking that night, and so we ended up just eating out. I just got some fries, but he got a meal, and that was $14.38, and then I cashed in some rewards for $30.51. So that was pretty much all of the spending. Nothing too crazy, just as you guys know, everything adds up, and you know, I knew it was bad, but it's better than what I thought the spending was going to be, because I wasn't really, I didn't keep up with my budget for a couple of days when I did all of this spending to see where I was on my spending. That was my fault. But in any case, I thought it was going to be way worse than what it is. So I'm happy with what it is, but definitely not happy that it was that much. But it is what it is. Stuff adds up, and what can we do? So we're going to just move on. We're going to take our rollover of 459.63 and move it over to paycheck number 2. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, do all the things. And I will see you guys in the next video, and that's going to be our paycheck number 2, budget with me. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.